Hi everyone, I am Dave Skinks. Damn it! Hi everyone, I am Dave of Dave Skinks, a small hobbyist blue tongue skink breeding business focused on the ethical treatment of blue tongues in captivity. Today we're going to be introducing the newest tower of display enclosures used to house the adult blue tongues here. I've been keeping blue tongues for about 15 years now, and I've been breeding for the last 6. These enclosures primarily house the Irian Jaya or Teliqua sp species from Indonesia, but we're going to primarily talk about the enclosures here. They are made from PVC and glass. It was made by Evolution Products, also known as Evolution Reptile. They're a US-based company who will help you out with your custom enclosures should you decide to go that route. I have a few other types of enclosures. I have some of the Exoterra with the front sliding doors, and they're stacked on a muscle rack from Home Depot. It works pretty well, but I wanted something bigger. I have some other PVC enclosures made by Animal Plastics. They're great, but everything is very standardized, and I wanted a few custom features on these. I have some other melamine ones, and I have a few others that are made from plywood with tiled walls surrounded by Duroc, and that makes the enclosures really heavy. So these are light, they're mobile. I've got wheels and casters on the bottom, so this is a real streamlined operation. After multiple attempts at making custom enclosures, I'm really happy with the way these turned out. But we'll talk about some of the things I love, what's going on, and a few things that I'll be wanting to change for the next build as well. These are made from PVC and glass. The PVC slabs are routed into one another to really give it a tight seal, so you don't even need any other sealants or like the Lexol seal like some of the other enclosures I have. These ones are each 45 inches long, 23 inches deep, 13.5 inches tall, which is the equivalent to roughly a 60-gallon enclosure, a little bit bigger, and it features 1,000 square inches of floor space, a little more, a little less. Everyone here has radiant heat panels made by Pro Products. They are the primary heat source in the enclosure. Pro Products is a real pleasure to work with. They have a unique way of determining which panels will suit your needs best based on a lot of factors, including height, what species you're keeping, temperatures in your home, and a few other variables. Because the bottom stack of this enclosure has such a height disparity with the rest and heat rises, the bottom one features a larger heat panel than the rest. But also, because the lowest enclosure here is so low to the ground, it also uses one of Zoomed's heat mats to keep the tank at the optimal temperatures. The lights inside are a T5 fluorescent fixture made with, using Zoomed's 10.0 UVA UVB ReptiSun bulb, which is real healthy for the Irian Jayas. So let's go inside and I'll show you a few of the new cool features we added. Alright, so we have our lovely model Gladys here. She's been with me for a few years. She's a really great lizard, one of the top breeders here. I hope she's pregnant right now. And we're going to be using her enclosure as sort of the base example. All the enclosures are pretty identical. Some of the custom features that I had Evolution Products put in was an elevated dam. That is this sort of front wall right here. I would say a standard dam on another PVC enclosure is probably 2 inches. We expanded it to 3.5 inches here. Actually, it might even be 4 inches. I think it's 4 inches, so I take that back. So that gives more height to allow additional substrate, which the blue tongues really enjoy, especially if you're using a natural loose substrate. They're going to burrow, and so the more you can give them, the happier they're going to be. One of the drawbacks to using a sliding glass door along with a natural loose substrate is the blue tongue is more than likely going to be shoving some of the substrate past the dam and into the tracks of the sliding doors, and that can get real annoying for the function of the doors. So we also added a secondary 1-inch lip going on the inside here that blocks the lizard from being able to push the substrate out into the track, and that has worked out just crazy awesome well. I've added this extra strip. It's just a piece of cardboard sort of layered with aluminum tape. It comes down from the ceiling. So this was my idea or solution, blue tongues need a hot basking spot, a hot side, and a cool side. The radiant heat panel doesn't quite do that. I mean, well, take a look at the name. Radiant heat panel. It radiates heat. So, two solutions were utilized. One, to build a platform close to the surface so the skink can get a decent hot spot, as seen by the little stone hut. And two, this curtain slash divider, which blocks and traps a good percentage of the rising heat to just one half of the enclosure. And especially within the depths of the substrate, there is a distinctively different temperature half to this habitat. All right, I want to transition here for a second. The whole heat system, and technically it could be the light system too, though I have the lights on a different outlet on their own timers, but all the radiant heat panels function by and are controlled by this Thermostat 6. It is a new, easy to use, and top of the line reptile thermostat made by Spider Robotics. There are only a few really reliable companies out there for reptile thermostats. Spider Robotics is one, and Vivarium Electronics is another. But the Thermostats are a little less expensive, and the only model to have a 6-slot thermostat, which is why I went with them, and I'm really happy with that decision. All right, so then I'll tell you the one real discrepancy I have with the builder, and I wanted to make this tower mobile, so we needed wheels. I'm in the moving industry, part of my day job, so I have a pretty good idea on what casters are needed for what weight in order to really be mobile safely. And I wanted to do heavy duty rubber casters, 4.25 inch, with I think it was a 1.5 inch sort of well that it's suspended in. And he insisted back, no, these urethane wheels, I use them all the time. They can withstand everything. And I didn't push hard enough, and sure enough, they're not the right wheels. This thing is not mobile at all. I don't even think it was mobile with just the glass and the tanks alone, let alone the weight of the bricks and the substrate and the water bowl. So for anyone else planning out in the future, bigger wheels, heavy duty rubber casters, that's what you need to go with. But yeah, look, I'll get even better at the next one. Enjoy some skinks.